It starts as a routine takeoff or airshow pass, but in a heartbeat, everything goes wrong. One wrong descent rate, one bird strike, one snapped cable, and pilots are fighting for survival, pulling the eject handle at the absolute last second. These are 5 insane moments where split-second decisions meant the difference between life and death.
Royal Air Force Harrier plane was taking off out of Kandahar, Afghanistan. You can see there's a problem right away in the video. The plane begins to descend, but it comes in too fast, and the rate of the descent is far too much. This causes the nose of the plane to break off, and things go from bad to worse real quick. The plane continues making its way down the runway with flames spewing out of the underside. In a matter of seconds, the flames completely overtake the cockpit, forcing the pilot to make an emergency ejection.
At over 100 knots on the runway with flames swallowing the cockpit, this RAF pilot had zero margin. One hesitation and he's gone. He punches out cleanly. Watch the seed rocket him away as the Harrier becomes a rolling inferno. At that speed and that fire, one mistake ends it all.
As the plane
Would you have waited even half a second longer?
A ruthless inferno. Pretty scary if you ask me. This kind of video serves as a good reminder why the Harrier aircraft has earned its nickname, the Widowmaker. Air shows are supposed to be a fun time for the entire family, but this next video shows how terribly wrong they can go. A pilot took a MiG-29 to the Paris Air Show in 1989 to perform high-flying feats of bravery. The pilot made various flips and turns during the show before making his final pass over Le Bourget Airfield in anticipation of a successful landing. The pilot, Anatoly Kavoker, was finishing a turn out of a square loop when things took an unexpected turn. It wasn't long until the aircraft took a steep dive towards the ground.
Bird strike at low speed during a square loop, right engine dead, asymmetric thrust yanking him toward the crowd. Anatoly Kavoker makes the ultimate pro call, points the crippled MiG away from spectators and ejects at the last possible moment. That's elite training under absolute pressure. Would you have tried to save the jet first, or gone straight for the handle?
It was determined that the right engine had failed due to a bird flying into it. This caused the left engine to push the airplane to the right. Because he was going so slow, he was unable to correct the turn. He later stated that his first instinct was to save the plane. When he learned that wasn't possible, he directed the aircraft towards the ground and away from spectators. Thanks to quick wits and expert timing, Anatoly survived the crash with minimal injuries. He was soon taken to a nearby military hospital where his condition was reported as more or less satisfactory. Alexander Batkov of the Ministry of Aviation Industry said Anatoly was one of our best pilots, and it's that kind of training that allowed him to avoid an even greater tragedy that day. Life on an aircraft carrier is hard, but it gets a lot harder when you have accidents like this that endanger not only the pilot but the lives of everybody on board. This next video shows a pilot bringing in an FA-18 Hornet that was supposed to land on the carrier. Unfortunately, the plane was victim to a broken arrestor cable, causing it to dive into the sea off of the carrier. It's kind of hard to see, so look closely as the pilot ejects right as the plane is about to descend to a watery grave. But the carnage isn't over yet. The broken arrestor cable slingshots back towards the crew on board the ship, traveling fast enough to end a life under the right conditions. It's about to hit a person wearing a yellow shirt who, without looking, jumps over the flying cable not once but twice.
From a flaming Harrier on the runway to a MiG-29 airshow tragedy and a carrier deck gone wrong, these pilots showed ice-cold composure when death was seconds away. Quick wits, expert timing, and ejection systems that actually worked. Which ejection moment hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments, smash like if you're glad they made it out, and subscribe for more real high-stakes aviation breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one.